What's
Hello, ladies
up,
and gentlemen.
everyone?
Welcome back.
Welcome back to
It's good to be back in the building right now. Oh, it's the STARBOUND podcast.
STARBOUND
We
podcast.
are currently on episode.
I want to say it's
49?
49. I want to say, which is crazy because 49 plus 1 is 50.
It's
know?
also our. No, it is. This is our third to last episode.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right here.
50
We're
out of
wrapping it up.
52
We're almost kind of like
weeks.
wrapping it up with the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It just kind of timed out that way. And like we've had such busy schedules that like it's hard to fit in a
Insanely
day.
busy,
This
bro.
is the only day that worked,
Insanely busy.
right? And it's like, what is it? It's Black Friday. It's the only day that worked for Sean and I.
Yeah, we're on a national holiday right now. The biggest holiday of them all, Black Friday.
Yeah.
And we're, not that we're stuck here doing a podcast. We love the podcast.
I love the podcast. But yeah, this is a national holiday. This is
saying. Every person needs to get out of their homes and go consumer it up today. And here we are just talking.
Yeah, it's wild, man. But how was your Thanksgiving? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, shout out to that, by the way. It was Thanksgiving yesterday. That's usually how it goes. If today is Black Friday, that should be a universal constant. Where like if it's Black Friday today, Thanksgiving had to have been yesterday.
But what if it's not Friday? I know Canada has a different Thanksgiving. I mean, obviously, U.S. Thanksgiving is that it's on Thursday always. So Black Friday is on Friday always. But I wonder if Canada's Thanksgiving is also on like a Thursday always, like what, the third Thursday of November, or like a specific day, like Christmas, where it's like December 25th. When? I wonder. I'm curious.
I am a little curious. I'm curious to know what Canada's like too, honestly. I need to take a trip out to Canada.
Yeah. Wait, have you ever been to Canada?
No, I haven't been able to leave the country for decades.
Yeah, but now you can.
Now I can. Now I absolutely can. So I'll set up a trip for Canada. Canada, Mexico, China, Malaysia. I'd like to go to Korea or Japan, South Africa, Kenya, even Russia. Honestly, if the timing is right, I would like to go and check it out. I'm sure it's cold over there.
Yeah. Okay. Wait.
I'm ready to see the world.
Wait. Sorry. Give me destination numero uno again.
Numero uno. Me and Drizzy. This shit. I'm sorry. I'm going into like a rap. My number one place I want to visit right now is China. I have told a lot of people this, and they always give me this spicy like.
Dang, that's so spicy. Like, nah, bro, I love China.
I know you've already been, so you can tell me all about it. But I just feel like China is as far as you can get from my concept of what the world looks like.
Yeah.
Because it's literally as far as you can get from America. And also just culturally, I'm sure they're wildly different in terms of like people and food and lifestyle. So, it's almost like going to a different planet for me if I went to China.
Yeah, and you took Chinese in high school too. We both did.
Yeah, we took some Chinese. I'm taking Chinese again, actually, for college.
So yeah?
I'm studying the language.
How's it going?
Studying the culture. It's hard. It's hard. I kind of have to. I feel like it's like a switch. I have to turn my brain off on English and then on for Chinese. And then when I'm out of class, I turn the on switch for Chinese off and then the on switch for English back on. But it's super cool. I'm so something about like your language being a set of pictures is so interesting to me. That I'm like, I love the language. I know a lot of people, even some Chinese people, are like not uber fond of their language because it's difficult. The structure is not
calligraphy, man. It's literally considered like an art form. They would like paint, like
that's what I'm saying. Like every word is art. That's cool. In English, it's just code.
I feel like it's also because, well, I'm sure we did have a certain art at the beginning of the country to the writings in like the Declaration of Independence or something. I guess like cursive is supposed to be our equivalent of like fancy letters, but it's cool about Chinese because they're actually based on like one of the shapes that's in a bunch of characters is based on the sun, and then it's just incorporated into a bunch of characters. It's like to us now it's like a square with a line in the middle, but it used to be like a circle with like a dot in the middle or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like their words kind of tell a story within itself, even if it has no relation to the actual meaning of the word. Like just looking at it, there's kind of a story in this image. I don't think I can say the same for English letters. It's just a code. It's just this is what that sound looks like, and then you make the sound.
No matter how pretty the cursive is, it's still like a letter, which doesn't necessarily equal an image or like a photo. Like you said, it's code. It's like another word for it.
It's like an image that can be used as a fundamental to create a meaning, but it doesn't hold meaning within itself.
Yeah.
It's a building block for meaning. Whereas that's how I view Chinese, like the words do hold their own meaning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
anyway, we just dived into that, bro. We just dived.
I know. We haven't talked in a while. We haven't really debriefed. So
yeah,
this is a good season to do that. Anyway, Thanksgiving. I know we're still on the vibe.
How was it?
I got the colors on a little bit. Yeah. So my Thanksgiving, it started off interesting because usually, not that I'm not the invitee person, but usually a lot of people make up their own plans and you kind of follow along into this big group. This year has been very quiet for people where it's like, I feel like everyone's waiting for someone else to make the move. I'm like, all right, what's the plan for Thanksgiving and all that? So on a whim, obviously we had a guest coming, Nina, who is, she's super fun. You've met Nina.
How is she?
She's well, dude. She's really well. She's doing some big things in her career right now, which I can't really share, but she's doing well. She's doing great. It's good to see her back. She had a little bit of online backlash over back in Malaysia just because of some drama.
I bet that's tough, man. I bet that lifestyle is tough. Seriously.
No, it's a tough. She's a superstar in Malaysia, and you can tell that it gets to her sometimes. So she kind of decided to come over to the States, relax. You know what I mean? Like kick back, just. What's the word when you decompress? She's decompressing with us. Detox. Yeah, she's detoxing with us, and then she's gonna head back over in a couple of weeks or something like that. But anyway, so she's hit over and she was like, she hasn't really observed a lot of American culture because she's in Malaysia. She was like, can I spend Thanksgiving with y'all? And I was like, absolutely. Even though I had no Thanksgiving plans. So I called up my homies. I'm like, really quickly, let's do like a Thanksgiving dish thing. I'll handle making the turkey if you can cover like these other dishes. Awesome. Let's try to get it together. It was like a super last minute, Thanksgiving was yesterday. The plan didn't really settle until the 21st, like Monday, Tuesday. So it was last minute in the last couple of days trying to get it together. I tried to find the legendary Popeyes Turkey. Have you heard of this?
Wait, no. What?
This is all right. So legend has it that Popeyes, and I shit you not, Popeyes has a deep fried turkey that they only sell during Thanksgiving. And I was because I heard about it last year, and I was like, what? There's no way. And then I was curious because the people I was with, they are big fans of Popeyes. So I'm like, I kind of want to.
I just had Popeyes like 2 days ago. So good.
It's good. Look. If Popeyes ever needs somebody to sponsor them, I'd be more than happy.
I would be happy. I'd rep a Popeyes shirt for free.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be willing to sponsor them. Like they have great food. Anyway,
it doesn't do great on the system, but it tastes delicious.
Oh no, it definitely nukes your digestive tract. But some things are worth the hit. Some things are worth the hit. Anyway, so I heard about this legendary Popeyes turkey. I was trying to get one. I found out a little bit about it. Apparently, you have to get it 3 days in advance. they send you the deep fried turkey and a kit to like set it up. But unfortunately, by the time because again, like our plan to do this was so last minute, I didn't have enough time to buy one because they were already sold out.
Dang, bro, it's a hot commodity. I didn't know it was already Black Friday on Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, like you understand, bro. Can you imagine Popeyes, right? Just imagine Popeyes like their 5 tender meal, 3 tender meal or something. Like how good that is. Now imagine on Thanksgiving when they wheel out the big ass turkey, it's a fucking Popeyes turkey, bro.
Dude, that'd be epic.
Legendary. That's what I'm
you
saying.
Just like dude, that'd be crazy.
I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is the craziest.
You take a leg, bro, and you bite into it, and it's just got that like Popeyes crunch and like that sauce. You know what I'm saying? You get
I'm saying.
That'd be crazy. I bet it slaps.
I've never seen it before. I've never seen anyone have it before. I don't know anyone that can give a personal review on it, but I do know that it exists. And I'm telling you, bro, although I couldn't get it this year, next year, look, Popeyes, next year, it's going to be you, it's going to be me, and it's going to be that goddamn deep fried turkey. And we're going to talk, all right? I'm getting that Popeyes turkey next year because, like, it's a legend.
Yeah.
Wow. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting that Popeyes turkey. Best believe.
So this but then what'd you do? What ended up happening for Thanksgiving?
So what ended up happening? So the Popeyes turkey couldn't work out. I'm like, damn, I'm still in charge of the turkey. Like I gotta hold it down, you know? Like when you have a dish that's your dish, you hold that motherfucker down no matter what. Of
course. If you're bringing the potatoes, you're bringing the potatoes.
That's what I'm saying. So so Irish. anyway. So I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? I'm like, all right, well, I can't make a deep fry. I don't have a commercial deep fryer on me. Like, I can't make a Popeyes deep fried turkey. But I do remember making some like Popeyes chicken sandwiches at home. You know, between me and my good roommate.
Oh, like, well, snap.
I already have like most of the Popeyes ingredients anyway, or at least close to. Maybe I can make something at least somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I can make something similar. I'm like, I looked up a couple recipes on like how to make a basic turkey, how to make
Sean, this is incredible. Turkey. This is an incredible story. This is incredible. Like the fact that was your solution is genius. You're like, yo, last minute, what do I do?
No, it comes back. That's what I'm saying. Like in terms of like the scope of this podcast, it comes full circle. Where like the skills I took and learned and grasped from making all those fucking chicken sandwiches back in the day into right now, I gotta make a Popeyes turkey. I'm like,
dude.
Perfect. So I put those skills
past
to work,
his prologue.
That's what I'm saying. And like when I was looking at the recipe for like other people's mock Popeyes turkey, there were ingredients in there that were exotic, as in they were somewhat rare or expensive that you can't just find anywhere. Except, again, because I was already making like Popeyes related dishes earlier, I already had all these different exotic ingredients. So I'm like, yeah, no fucking problem. So then I whipped up, I learned how to make a turkey. There's a lot of butter involved. There's a lot of going inside the skin and massaging it. There's a lot going on when you make a turkey. But I was able to successfully not make a deep fried Popeyes turkey, but I made a baked Popeyes turkey. And I don't want to toot my own horn. I've never had a better turkey in my life.
Congratulations, bro. That's good work.
And I've had a lot of turkeys. I've had a lot of turkeys from a lot of different places, you know, at home, at restaurants. And look, not to hate on the turkey, because I think, you know, and some, like the oils from a turkey is some of the most delicious out of any of the birds. But the meat from a turkey is it's no bueno. You feel me?
Dude, you get the gravy on there. You know what I'm saying? And
you gotta put some other things and maybe it starts to slap, but
you gotta have the gravy. You gotta.
In my perspective, there are better birds that taste better in terms of the meat quality.
I agree. My favorite, and my dad's always like, I don't know why that was your favorite, but he like deep fried the turkey in the backyard.
No way.
Yeah. Dude, and it was like one of those things where there's like videos of like how you do it, and sometimes like the turkey like shoots out. Like it's actually kind of crazy.
No, wait. Did he do that? Where like he dropped it in like a thing, and then
no, it didn't shoot out, but that's how he made it. Yeah, he like did that thing like in the back. And in my opinion, that was the best turkey at any Thanksgiving I've ever had. It was incredible.
I understand that.
But
and your dad's a chef, high key. He knows how to cook.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I want the deep fried turkey again. Yeah, incredible.
One day, man. One day we'll whip it back out. I'm curious. So yeah, I made the turkey. It was delicious. My good friend, you remember Kayla, who is a excellent chef.
Oh my goodness! How's Kayla?
You know how she is when she comes to chefing.
Yeah.
She's an excellent, like, world-class chef. The type of shit that even Gordon Ramsay would be like, damn. And, like, she made some mac and cheese. She made creme brulee. She made a couple different dishes. It's like, it was fire. This is probably one of my favorite Thanksgivings. I think my favorite ever was just, like, when me, my mom, and my brother, like, made a lot of, like, just dishes that we love in general, like, across that year. That was really good. But this has to be top 3 for me. Just like, because my friends, the atmosphere, the dishes that we made, making the turkey myself. This is the first year I think I actually made my own turkey. I've never really done it myself before. And it was just excellent. I loved it. It was really good.
That's awesome, bro. That sounds like a great time. I'm glad you had a nice dinner. That sounds very nice. And it sounds like you had some fun problem solving involved.
Very fun problem solving, man. Like, thank God, honestly. I don't know whose idea it was to try to make those little fried chicken things at home, but that came in such clutch, like, for Thanksgiving, bro. I feel like I was working up to this.
Yeah, man. That's good stuff.
So how was your Thanksgiving, man? Tell me some details. How was it?
It was incredible. I had a great time. I got to in the morning play some soccer with some family friends, and I haven't played soccer in so long. It was so much fun. I forgot how good I feel after a soccer game. Like,
that's the thing.
I
remember doing some things in early grade school, and it's like drumline. I used to love doing drumline, and now I don't really have the outlet for that anymore, and I miss just the feeling of like how it felt to just play. You know what I mean? So I know what you're talking about.
It was awesome. And like after that, then going back and relaxing at home, taking showers like midday after you've already like played around to soccer, and then you just feel like mellowed out already. And then like we go over for dinner to my grandparents' house and we eat. And it was a great time, turkey, sweet potato, like with marshmallows on top. Fire.
What?
Yeah, baked corn, so good. What else? You got your greens, of course. You have your greens, and there's like one more. Like, what was the other one? It'll come back to me, but it was also delicious. So I'm very.
That's something I love. Something about like seeing, and I wish it was more common for us to try like feast style, just like days. Because think about seeing a lineup of a bunch of different foods just right next to each other is so satisfying.
I know, dude. Just like a table, just like
we're gonna eat, bro. Like we're eating today,
dude. Yeah, it was great. Thanksgiving is actually such a like. I think it's a very nice holiday. Like you just get to chill out, eat with homies / family, and talk about why you're thankful. You know what I'm saying?
Share stories just about like it's like life and where everyone's at and just it's nice. It's a pleasant feeling.
Yeah, pleasant.
It's a real pleasant feeling.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. And now it's Black Friday, so of course, like this is when we're actually celebrating.
Exactly. No, this is the real. That was the pre. Yeah. I hear everybody saying like Thanksgiving is just the pre-game meal for the Black Friday shop.
Pre-game meal.
You know what I mean? It's the pre-game meal. You just practice buying a bunch of food so you know how to really practice buying a bunch of useless items that you don't actually need.
Dude, exactly. You know, it's the time of year when like all companies finally make their money.
Yeah, this is the day.
Even though there's so many discounts, it's just like there's like so many people buying that it just like works out.
People save up. I was just telling you off air, I guess, off air. That like there's an item I've been looking for a very long time, which is the PS5, and I was waiting because there has never been a perfect opportunity to get it.
Dude, Jay and I went 3 years in a row. I think it was 3, it might have been 2, but to try and get a PS5, we went in like I think we got up at like 4 a.m. one time. Every year it was like packed, jammed, impossible to get in.
That's what I'm saying.
This year it wasn't as crazy, in my opinion. But anyway, go ahead. Over here, at least.
Yeah, no, it's like everyone already knows about when the PS5 first came out, nobody could get one. It was like one of the rarest items you could ever find, because the supply was just so low compared to the demand. And it never got to a point where there was enough available for everyone, except for I feel like this year it's started to finally simmer down. Where it's like, all right, if you want to get a PS5, there are PS5s around.
Right.
I was like, okay, so there was that where I'm like, all right, now PS5s are available. Okay, but I'm broke. I'm not broke. I got a bag, but like I don't have money to just drop on a PS5.
Still expensive.
Right now.
Still expensive. Yeah,
that's an expensive item. So I'm like, I don't know. But then I found a pretty solid deal. And I'll share this with them because I think it's super awesome.
Yeah.
So I've been super loyal to this one bank for quite some time. And loyal. I just held my account open for a couple of years, I guess. And they gave me this offer where it's like, look, get our credit card and we will give you $300 if you make a $500 purchase. So I'm thinking, well, shit. Like if I get something worth $500, a PS5, it'll only be worth or I'll only have to pay the price of $200 and then keep the $300 of the rest.
Like a gift card or something like that.
Exactly. So I'm like, wait, a PS5 for $200? Now we're talking. That's a bag. And on top of that, I was thinking like, all right, but still, like, do I do this now? Do I wait till Christmas? What's the vibe here? And I'm like, well, as you know, the best time to get a PS5 is Black Friday. When all the deals
and the worst time, or the worst time to get it, but the deals would probably hit it now. At first, like that stuff would not be on sale. At first, that stuff would not be on sale for the first few years of like a PS5.
No, there was no sale. I had an insider at GameStop, actually. That's how crazy I was about this. I met a guy who was working at GameStop, and I was like, yo, keep me in the loop for all things PS5 right now. And he was like, bro, like every year they've never done any deal for any of the PS5 stuff. Like PlayStation,
that's what I was
stingy about it. It's not happening. I'm like, all right, cool. Just let me know when the details come through. He told me, all right, look, we got new details on the Black Friday deals coming like midway through November, like November 16th or something like that. I'm like, all right, cool. Keep me in the loop. I pulled up to the GameStop on the 16th, like, yo, what's good with it? Like, are there deals? Are there no deals? He was like, all right, so technically, yes. He was like, technically, there's no deal on the regular PS5. But there is a bundle pack where you get the PS5 and a copy of Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
And that usually is going to be worth video games are $70 now.
Yeah.
Crazy. but it's basically instead of that being like $570, you get the game for free with the Black Friday deal.
Yeah.
So you're basically just getting a PS5 plus a free game.
Dude, that's awesome. And that game looks so fun. I haven't played it yet, but Jay has played the full thing. And watching some of it today was just, it looks so much fun. I mean, the mechanics, they've obviously made it crazy. But one of the things that I thought was so weird was that Spider-Man can like fly.
Yeah, that's a new mechanic that they added. It's in the trailers. You can see that he's I want to say flying. He is flying. And the way that it kind of works, it's kind of like he's flying.
I felt like I was in like Saints Row 4. And like I had the superpowers in the city because he was just like swinging and flying. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Dude, Saints Row was ahead of its time. It was way ahead of it.
The map was way too small. The map was way too small in Saints Row 4. Remember? Because like in Saints Row 3, it was
it was. Big. But in Saints Row 3 specifically, like that, just the idea that they had for that game was way ahead of its time.
Saints Row 3 was incredible, and it made like it was good gameplay. It was a big map, but then when it was like the Matrix in the fourth one, and they gave you the same map, and they just gave you superpowers, so you could like run really fast and jump. But the map was too small. The map was way too small. So like this map's bigger, so you can like zoom around the map,
complete the vision.
Yeah, you can zoom around the map in this one, which looks really fun, but I don't know how I feel about Spider-Man being able to fly, because like he can do a bunch of stuff.
It's comic accurate if you really want to get down to it. It's in the comics.
I know that the first appearance of Spider-Man, he had his arms like this, and there were little webs coming out of his arms. So technically, it is a reference to how Spider-Man has always been. Sure, I don't know how frequently they actually have him use it / have it in the comics.
I feel like it fell out of pop culture for Spider-Man during the 90s, 2000s, like later renditions of him. But it recently came back as a new gimmick for Spider-Man with the Tom Holland era.
Yeah, because it's like a mechanical suit and you can do stuff like that. But wait, when it was, you said 90s. So you're telling me any Spider-Man comic from like the 60s to the 90s have him with the wings? Like 30 years with the wings?
I'm not exactly certain when they fell out. I feel like it was a gimmick that was in just the first couple of issues when like Spider-Man started, and then immediately as soon as writers started switching, they stopped using it as much.
That's what I thought.
Because when I was introduced to Spider-Man, which is probably the 90s cartoon, that's never there. It is not there. But if you look at the 60s, there's a 60s Spider-Man cartoon show.
Here comes a Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're like the original theme Spider-Man show.
Wait. It is there? It's in the video of him like.
Yeah, when he raises his arms, you'll see the wings in that 60s version of the show.
Oh, dude, I gotta go back and watch that intro.
It's not in the 90s version.
Yeah.
It's great.
Dude, okay, so in that show, they had like the 90s one, they had the Spider-Man with the web shooters. Like he makes like the technology to go on his hands, right? Yeah. And I remember thinking like, what is that? Because I was used to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man who didn't have them. So like I was like, why does this guy in the cartoon have like these metal things on his arm? And then when they like made the Andrew Garfield one happen, like, whoa, what is this? I didn't understand that Spider-Man created the webs. And I always thought that was such a weird concept because he got spider powers. So why not just like give him the web swinging abilities too? It's like he only got half of the powers. Right, it's like he only got half of the powers from the radioactive spider, but then he just made the webs. I thought that was weird. But then I was like, naturally, if he was a spider, the webs would probably come out of his asshole. So maybe they do. And he just decided, well, this is not going to be useful. So he like created like a different thing for his like.
Could you imagine instead of him swinging by his hands, he's swinging by his feet are dangling
and he's making a web
in the air?
You know what I'm saying? He's making a big web in the city.
And that's the thing. It's like with pop culture, especially because Tobey Maguire's films is what really made Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man's always been popular, but Tobey Maguire's films made that super popular.
Yeah.
And so, at least for us that literally grew up off of the Tobey Maguire movies, that's the standard. Yeah. He's always had natural webbing to us. But when you actually look at the grand scheme of things, he's the only version that's ever really done that.
Yeah, exactly.
No other Spider-Man has ever done that before.
That's why it was hilarious in No Way Home when they had that whole conversation about his and I think Andrew Garfield was like, where are the holes to Tobey Maguire? Like, where are the holes that the webs come out of? And I was like, bro, I always wondered that when I watched the Tobey Maguire ones. I'm like, I can't see the holes. Like, does his like wrist like open up and then like the webs just come out?
Yeah, a little hole and it shoots out. It's a really good question. That's the thing. It's like, and I love No Way Home for finding natural ways to have our characters talk about things that we've always wanted to see them talk about.
Hold on, I'm getting a freaking telemarketing call.
A phone
Decline.
Call?
Okay, there we go. Fixed it.
They just want to get your social security, bro. Just give it to them.
Yeah, you're right. That's the easiest way to get them to stop calling me.
But yeah, it's like Spider-Man. All the different iterations that we've seen all have, very strong similarities and also very distinct differences. And so I really love No Way Home for appreciating, exploring that. It's such a celebration of that movie's a really great celebration of just the character of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. And so are the Spider-Verse movies when they just have like a million of the Spider-Man. Which is why the game is so cool, because you can play as Peter Parker or you can play as Miles Morales, and like you can switch between them. You can wear different suits. There's like a Venom storyline involved, and like it's enough said.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna spoil anything about the game, but I do want to say this is about how the story works. Usually in these types of stories where you have a master and a protege, the story is focused on one of them and then the other one's just kind of like a supporting character. This is not how the game works. The game is perfectly split with an arc that Peter is following specifically. Like, he has his story and Miles has his own personal narrative and his characters that follow in that narrative. And then the two stories intertwine at these intersections.
Oh, cool. It's like GTA. So it's like really, GTA 5.
It's very similar to GTA 5, where it's like these are parallel stories that with two protagonists. It's not a singular protagonist and a supporting character for either of them. It's two protagonists. Yeah. I'm like, this is smart, like, because it's such a unique way of telling a story that actually I'm kind of inspired by it.
It's more fun to get to play as multiple characters, dude. That's why I loved GTA 5. Like, they had all their lines that they interacted together in the scenes, but you could switch between them and do their very different lifestyle missions, basically.
Yeah, explore their different worlds, too, because that's with GTA 5. Each of those characters live very different worlds in the exact same city.
Yes, dude.
You get to really, like, when you're done with this kind of narrative in this environment, you get to explore a different environment and to see how all these environments intertwine, conflict, come together. Like, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Incredible game. I mean, I know they went.
Thank God they're getting a new one soon.
Yeah, because they went way too crazy with like the online updates and giving you like jetpacks and all that stuff. It's like Saints Row 4.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, GTA 5, and I get it, because GTA 5 is probably one of the biggest games, not just in quality, but in terms of just like money ever made. Ever made. Yeah. But like,
a lot of gigabytes.
I understand, like, with that particular company, it takes a while to make their masterpieces because they have so many different masterpiece games. But you don't need this much time. There's some BS going on here. There's either like,
they made Red Dead 2.
Make so much money off of,
They made Red Dead 2.
No, and I get that you have a different focus on Red Dead 2, but just looking at the time frame between 5 and now the upcoming 6, part of it feels unnatural to me. Part of it feels like you put a lot into trying to stretch the value of GTA 5 as far as you possibly can.
Interesting. I mean,
you understand,
in its defense, it was one of the longest.
3 different generations of a console.
That's true.
3 different the PS3, 4, and also the 5.
That's true.
That's insane.
But here's the thing, right? Like it was like 72 or something like that missions in the story, like way more than like, these other games usually go to like 15. And you're like, come on, they only could design like 15 levels, but GTA had like it was like difficult to complete. And then you had online where you could do the heists and stuff and get like and modify the cars, and we would have like 4 homies just like going to like get different cars and then squad up and go do these crazy heist missions. Like that was awesome, man. So many hours of GTA 5.
Like GTA 5 is probably it's one of the games I played the longest because it's so easy. But even then, with just the amount of time that I've played and the amount of time that they've had to like start at least giving us an idea of where we're going next with it, you had a lot of time. Like
it's true.
Like a lot of time. I know you just came out with Red Dead like 4 years ago, but you had time.
But part of me is also like, it's kind of cool that they still supported their old like server. But like, I think the server is going to be transferred into GTA 6 anyway. I think GTA Online is probably going to be the same. Well, actually, maybe not.
Well, it's going to be a new map. They're going to pick a new city.
But what if they just change the map of GTA Online? Because can't you just download GTA Online by itself?
You can.
So like,
you actually can.
So I feel like when they update it, it might just be like 2 maps. But honestly, I don't know, because I feel like that's a lot of data to have 1 map. So maybe it'd just be like GTA Online 2 or something.
I honestly question, because like, just think about how much data exists in the world and is being created constantly and is being stored constantly. How can we save all this data? Like, I know there's physical hard drives out there and servers actually holding on to all of this data. So how is it, like, where is all of this going, and do we have enough space for all of this?
That's similar to a question of how the universe works.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's the same question. It's like, we don't know to what capacity like we can hold this much data. Right. And everything's getting more, like, my phone now has more data in it and is using more data than what my old phone could do. My old phone couldn't handle half of the things I'm doing on my new phone right now. Yeah. And basically it's the same premise. It's still Snapchat and Instagram and all these what you think would be really small apps that have somehow gotten 5 times bigger. So it's like, where's all this data going?
Dude, I remember Mario Kart destroyed my like battery life on my iPhone, and it took up a bunch of space. And I'm like, I love you, Mario Kart, but like, this is rough, But then Apple just adapts and gives you like 500 gigabyte iPhone, and you're like, oh, well, now I can download a bunch of apps, not really worry about it. But for some reason, on the PS3, PS4, they only give you like 500 gigabytes, and the games are all like 50 gigabytes. So like, you get lucky because another 200 of the gigabytes are like automatically taken up. Do you remember by like a bunch of the save data?
It's like system. There's like certain system operation things that already take up a lot of the data out the gate.
So you only get like 300 gigabytes, and then you can't even have that many games, and then you have to like delete a bunch, and it gets very annoying. Even though you have the DVDs or the CDs, so you think that they'll just not need data or something, but they do still, and it takes up all the same amount of space. So they really did make the discs like irrelevant to a certain degree. But then at the same time, why don't you just put like a terabyte in there? Because they're small, dude.
And that's what I'm talking about.
I have like a 4 terabyte hard drive.
Question.
Like, why?
Why aren't we just, if you need more data, just put more data?
I know some you can like add one in, but it's like, I would pay. It's like, it's not that expensive for like a few terabyte hard drives, probably like $50. I'd pay another $50 on the console for that if it was built in.
They're acting like it is actually pretty expensive. They're acting like that price would shoot way up if we had to put an actual.
The difference is this, though. The difference is this. You could either put a terabyte in yourself. Well, actually, no, I don't think you could, because I don't think they've built it for that. So, like, you could either buy it and not be able to use it, or have it built in and it comes with it. So like you would automatically have the space, and then they would sell it probably like a 500 gigabyte versus a terabyte. But if you buy the terabyte, it's like 50 more bucks. So it's like more money, but in the long run, you get to like not buy another terabyte later if you need more space, and you get all the space.
No, it all comes down to, do they want to pay it or do they want you to pay it?
Yeah.
And the answer is they want you to pay it.
It's already overpriced.
We just built the system.
They've been pushing it up and up and up. So that's why that would even be crazy. But I mean, at that price, it should already have a terabyte built in. I don't know. Can you plug just your hard drives into like the USB? Maybe. But like that would be so inconvenient to every time you wanted to play. You have to like put it in the USB and leave it dangling. I think the PS4 had something you could slide off and then you could put more storage in there. But I don't know what that physically looked like. I don't know if it was like you could only put in another 500 gigabyte or if you could throw a terabyte in or not. And I also don't know if that exists in the PS5. But I'm curious because I knew that was a problem.
With the PS5, you can plug it. You can obviously plug in an external hard drive. I think, in fact, they want you to plug in an external hard drive. It's just, I don't want to do that. I don't want to save all my games on a random hard drive out here. And like, I want it to be in there. I want to turn my PS5 on, get to playing, and then turn it back off.
So you don't want CDs?
You see, and that's the thing. My feeling for CDs is different because CDs are nostalgic.
Yeah.
They're like vinyls. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta collect them all. That's why I fought for it, because I could either have gotten the digital version, which is $100 less, or the one that comes with the little.
You get it. It's like $100 and it's built in, right? It would be the same for 50 more bucks, and the terabyte is built in.
Exactly. No, it'd be the same thing. But to me, it's worth it.
Same.
I'd pay the extra $100 so I can stick some discs in because I want to be able to put it in, take it out. If a friend wants to try it, I can loan it. You know
That's what
I mean?
You can do. You can loan it.
In.
You can loan it because even though there's like a deal if you get it from the PlayStation Store, you can like sign into it on like a few accounts. But if you have the disc, you can like just pass it along, give it to anyone, like unlimited.
I was talking about that actually when I was over at my friend's place. That with the PS5 systems, thank God that they stopped, because on PS4 the account was locked to your physical PS4, and you couldn't really log in other different consoles like anywhere else. But with the PS5, you actually can go to other PS5s and log in and then download your games onto their systems and vice versa. So you can share games digitally with the PS5, but it's still more of a hassle to try and do all that, log in and download games.
Oh, right, but it still locks it. It still locks it, right?
What?
If you like take the disc out, you can download it on somebody else's PS4, but when you take the disc out, it's not like they still have the game, because that's how it works. Like the CD somehow knows that it's like locked.
Yeah, no, it's like I think with the CD, like half of the data is stored literally straight from the CD, so they run it from the CD. And they just take the CD out, it's over. But with the PS5s, if you got a digital copy of a game and you just log into your account on a different person's PS5, you can just download it straight
onto your account.
Not just onto your account, onto their account.
Oh yeah, but I think you have to leave your account on the PS4. I think one time, like, it was weird. Like, we made Jay's profile.
I don't think you can do that on the PS4.
We made Jay's profile like the main profile instead of mine, even though we put the PS Plus on my profile. And then when we did that, we like couldn't play the games that I downloaded on my account.
That's the thing. On the PS4, they put a lot of restrictions on that.
Yeah.
Like, it had to be to a specific PS4, like your account.
Yeah.
That's not on the PS5. On the PS5, you can do it to anyone else's PS5. They got rid of that restriction.
Really?
Super handy. So literally, I just downloaded the Spider-Man game that I got on my PS5. I just downloaded it on someone else's PS5 and I was playing it there.
Wait, and they just get to keep the game now?
Yeah.
So they really don't have to buy it again?
Console.
You don't have to buy it again.
No.
And you're doing it digitally. You're doing that digitally without a CD.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
what?
You couldn't do that on the PS4.
No, you couldn't.
You do it on the PS5.
You're getting like free games, and it's like a new copy each time. It's not even not even like a used book, bro. It's like a new game.
I just told bro, send me your account details now.
They're trying to give people, bro. They're trying to give people more incentive to buy the PS5s because you know how much money they lost on not having the chips available. Because there was such a huge demand for like 3 years. Everybody went, nobody could get any. And now people literally just kind of forgot about it. They probably lost so much money. So now they need to raise the quality so that people want to buy it. And that is a reason to want to buy it. Maybe that's why.
The demand for PS5s was higher back then. Also, people had more money to, I feel like, spend back then. Like, people were ready to buy a PS5 at release. But now the economy isn't really the same. People are getting tighter with their money. They want to only spend it on essentials, basically. I've seen like the stores aren't filling up like it's usually Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
grocery stores are packed. Everyone's buying a ton of food. This year, not. This year, people the money's getting tight for people. So for most people, a PS5 is out of the question.
Yeah.
Whereas just 2-3 years ago, it was in the question. So yeah, I think PlayStation did lose a lot of money, not being ready to meet the demand, and that might even partially not be their fault because it did release during COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's crazy. I mean, so many industries suffered because of that, and some in some ways benefit, such as streaming, which seems to frequently be a double-edged sword for the industry, though.
Streaming is I keep talking about streaming everywhere just because it is everywhere. Streaming is leading society into this culture where owning nothing is the standard. Because what streaming means is that you only own these things for a certain amount of time. So it's like renting. Everything is rent-based now.
Yeah.
Every month you pay your rent to either your leasing company, your streaming services, whatever, but you can never actually own it personally.
True.
That is the society that we're heading toward, and I used to not be a big fan of that, and I'm still kind of I hate how that we kind of lose power in a system where we don't actually own anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, what can you do?
It's interesting, man. It's interesting. That's a good point you bring up. I didn't really think about it like that. But yeah, it's like renting, huh? It is annoying, man.
You see how houses are getting more expensive too? So we're literally being forced into a world where we have to rent more than actually have a home to ourselves.
Rent is just this voidless abyss, bro. It's like
that's what I hate it. I hate it. Money that goes nowhere.
Voidless? I don't think voidless makes sense. I would be like,
same thing with if you want to watch what's
comma
a
an abyss, something like that. Sorry.
What's a good movie on Max right now? You know what? Our favorite movie that we always talk about, The Batman, is on Max. Guess what? I can't personally own The Batman because it's owned to the streaming company.
No, it's definitely still on Blu-ray, isn't it?
For now, but remember, PS5 or the PlayStation is trying to get rid of discs.
Yeah. It's the same as people tried to get rid of vinyls.
We're not going to have discs, and what's going to happen then?
It's the same as vinyls, man. It's the same as the GameCube.
That's what I'm
saying.
Same as the Wii. We are losing the battle. I don't know why I'm getting charged up. I'm sorry. Let me calm down. I'm sorry. I'm about to go wild.
Interesting. Is it the battle for physical versus virtual?
The battle for ownership. The battle of having control over the things that you actually use. We are losing that battle.
Interesting.
As less things are actually being owned by the personal person and more things are at the discretion of a company. At the discretion. Meaning, if one day, let's say your favorite movie is, let's use The Batman because that's our favorite movie. let's say your favorite movie is The Batman, right? And one day, for some reason, Zoe Kravitz gets canceled. And Warner Bros. Is like, all right, you know what? Because we want to be in solidarity, which I'm, like with whoever that person may have offended, we are going to remove all copies of the Batman from our streaming platforms. No one will ever see this movie again.
Yeah.
Unless if you don't have the disc, you're fucked.
Dude. So this is like the original Star Wars because it was remastered in like 2005, and it was put like there was a bunch of CGI put in its place, right? Like infamously, when Han Solo is walking over Jabba the Hutt, he is edited in the 2005 version, literally like a Photoshop, just like moving, like just glitching up and down.
I saw it.
And
It's like, what is
and
this?
the infamous who shot first, Han Solo or Greedo? Like it changes in the version. Like one time, there's a laser that kills one, just one laser, and then the other one there's two lasers, and it's like who shot first, right? And it changes the meaning. So I think the only ways to watch the OG ones, because like on all the streaming services and all that stuff, it's going to be the CGI ones. And I'm sure that some people have, burned the old ones to a disc, right? I'm sure some people have done that. But I don't know if there's any way to actually get even a DVD with the original Star Wars. So it is on VHS.
Or at least
it is on VHS from what I understand. And that's what I have. But I don't have a VHS player anymore. So I can't go back.
It's like I want to be able to like have at least some say in what version I want to see. And like this is a very innocent version of this problem because George Lucas that was his intention to make these changes to the story. It is his story, so it's not like someone else came in and changed it for him. Like that was the original creator doing that. And then they somewhat try to stick to that. It's like, yeah, we're going to make this change, and you can go screw yourself.
Then the value of the original skyrockets.
That is very true. But
if it's physical, because it becomes only physical. And then now you're buying stuff like that, like those physical copies for Black Friday.
If you can find it.
If you can find it. If there's a Black Friday sale, but usually you wouldn't get that unless it was like a vintage shop, which I walked by like a vintage shop today. The thrift store, like Unique?
Yeah.
So Jay and I went there today and I walked into the bazaar. It's like to the right of the entrance.
Yeah.
And basically, I was like walking through the shops and there was this one like vintage video game shop. And I was looking at it. It had like GameCube controllers and like all this old stuff. And it was pretty cool. They had like the DS games and all that stuff. And sometimes, I'm like, I wonder how expensive this stuff actually is. But I can't tell from just the one shop. But usually when I like search it online, if you try to buy it, you can see like what the net value price of it is and stuff like that.
That's the thing. Sometimes you can find a gem somewhere that nobody knew was an actual gem. Like Peter, who's the guy that dates all the super attractive women in Hollywood? Pete Davidson. Pete Mother Flippin' Davidson was sharing. That's funny how I introduced him like that. But Pete Davidson was on a talk show and he was saying, yeah, like, when VHSs were cool, he was collecting a bunch of VHSs and not opening them. And everyone was like laughing at him, being like, yo, why are you collecting all these VHSs? Like, what the heck? Like, you're so weird. And he was saying, like, he feels like in the future, VHSs are not going to become the, like, most efficient way to watch whatever. And then they're going to stop making VHSs. And once that happens, VHSs are going to become super valuable.
Yeah.
And so he stored up a bunch of VHSs. They weren't really worth shit when they were released. But then, as you know, VHS disappeared, DVDs came into power, now DVDs are going away, and everyone uses old retro things as some kind of status symbol, like they become cool again, right? Old things become cool again.
Well, it's like supply and demand. Like you physically can't.
It's not just supply and demand, it's also like trend.
It is. Like that's true, because retro becomes cool again, and then stores start selling it again, and blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. The thing is, so nobody has VHSs anymore, Pete Davidson does. So the value of all of his VHSs went way up. And he said he made like $35,000 off of it. I was like, what the? Like, I don't know why we shared that, but yeah, bro. Like, I don't know. I miss the physical world.
Yeah.
I miss the physical world.
Fair enough.
Anyway, anything else going on with life?
Okay.
How's life for you?
Oh, wait. How far? Wait. Can you say that thing about Pete Davidson one more time? What was that in reference to again? Now I'm just trying to remember, and I'm like,
I have no. Yo,
I'm like,
honestly,
how
when
did
I was
Pete
talking,
Davidson come up?
I completely forgot what the point I was trying to make was. I completely forgot. What were we talking about again?
Bro. I don't know. Like you were talking about Pete Davidson, and I was like, wait. Vintage retro video games. Pete Davidson. What did I miss?
Oh yeah, I was talking about how he was storing a bunch of old VHSs and then.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I didn't put together that guy was Pete Davidson. Like I just didn't. For some reason I didn't notice. So I was like, okay, there was this guy, this random dude who made a bunch of money. You're saying Pete Davidson made a bunch of money that way, but why does Pete Davidson need a bunch of money?
He doesn't need a bunch of money. He just wanted to make a bunch of money. He just saw the value for VHSs at the time, and he was telling that story. I don't know why he wanted to do it. He just wanted to do it.
Was that before he was on SNL?
I'm gonna guess he was collecting them before he went big and like didn't really need that type of money anymore. But he was collecting them when he was broke, I guess, and then saw the potential in it and then flipped it when he was rich.
Oh, so, dude, that's cool. Yeah, I mean that's how it happens sometimes, you know. A lot of stuff just people don't feel nostalgic about, so it just gets lost to the times. And then a lot of the times something's like, oh wow, that was cool, wasn't it? And then it comes back. Anyway, wait, how are we doing on time? Oh snap.
We're an hour in, so maybe like you can do like one more segment if you want before we wrap.
Sure. Okay, is there anything that you would like to talk about? Anything
I'd like to discuss? I have an interesting thought experiment. Yeah, I'm going to show you. This is an interesting one. Are you ready?
I don't know if I am.
It's related to children. That sounded wild. Oh, my bad. That sounded wild. That sounded mad crazy. It's not that crazy. It's gonna be a little crazy, but it's not that crazy.
Well, now you have to say it because it would be weird if you didn't.
No, I do have to say it. I can't leave it hanging like that. All right, so I was looking through YouTube and I saw this thought experiment, and I was like, this, if you wanted to become a parent, and this is wild. This is just very unrelated to what we were talking about, but it's been on my mind for a while. But I was scrolling through YouTube. I saw this thought experiment. I was like, this really kind of puts the question, like, what type of parent do you want to be? And so I want to ask it to you and Tess, like, what kind of parent would you like to be?
What kind of parent would I like to be?
Yeah. Interesting, right?
That's a difficult question, man. That's such a difficult question. I mean,
let me throw it at you. So check. This is a scenario. All right. Let's say you're in your 40s or something. I don't know. And your kid is in their dating phase, right?
Okay.
They're dating, and your kid could be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter in this context.
Okay.
Your kid is in the dating phase, and they start dating somebody for a year.
Okay.
Here's the issue. This person is physically abusive.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they beat on your kid all the time.
Oh,
for the past year. Except one day, your kid snaps and kills this person.
Oh, shit.
Word, right? Now, the kid calls you and is like, hey, I just killed my significant other. What do I do? Are you going to A, tell the truth to the cops, or B, hide the body?
Let's just say I would hate to be in that position. I would absolutely hate it.
God damn it! Don't duck the media.
I am so thankful. It's Thanksgiving that I don't even have to worry about that. I choose not to even ponder it. That'd be so awful to go through. That'd be so awful.
Look at the way Kevin danced around my question. You see this?
I'm not dancing around. I'm just telling you I'm not answering.
Zoom in on Kevin's face. Yo, I know you're going to edit this later.
Ready,
zoom in on your face right here.
Okay.
Look at the way this man dances around my question and does not answer it. Very good.
Was that like the right face to zoom in on?
Do it again. Perfect. That is perfect. Okay. Look at the way this man did the dance, bro. He said, yo, I'm dodging that. Yo, who trained you? You got a, what's it called? PR. You got a PR team or something?
Guys, calm down.
Oh my God. He's good. No, I appreciate your answer. No, that's cool.
That's wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, being a parent, it comes with tough times, doesn't it? I bet.
Personally, what I would do is how much do I love this kid? How much do I love this kid? I think I would. First of all, have a very long conversation with this person. I think I would end up telling the truth to the cops. I think that's what I would have to do. Because at the end of the day, I think, and I mean, I wouldn't know exactly what would happen, but I would hope that it's self-defense. And if this person was already being physically abusive, I'm sure the law will figure out the truth and all that and make it work. So
that sounds like the plot to like a Batman movie or something.
Finding out what really happened in this murder case.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, because I heard some other people try to answer this question. Specifically, I'm a fan of Joe Budden, the podcast, and they were answering this question. And some of them were like, "Oh yeah, go to the cops," and be like, "Oh, but what if the cops don't understand and they just kind of pin her for the crime or them for the crime, and it goes left and your kid ends up going to jail? Like, would you rather try to make sure your kid's okay and then like be almost like an accomplice in the murder, or would you put it up to the law to decide the fate of your own child?" Like, that's how they kind of.
That's a good question, man. That's a difficult one.
Which is why I want you to actually answer it.
Oh no, that doesn't mean I have to answer it. It sucks to be you. Anyway, okay. So we are running out of time here because my phone is at 10%.
We're running out of time.
We're running out of time. This broadcast is gonna have to be cut short due to Sean asking one too many questions.
No, I don't like the way you said that. Anyway, we're running out of time. Unfortunately, so I will not be able to answer my super controversial.
I know, it's just like wow. Anyway, wait. I actually wanted to say something. May I say something before we end?
No, because we're out of time. No,
okay, I gotta say it. Okay, I'm making a quick announcement. So, long story short, I have been subbing for 10th grade English, long-term subbing. So I'm teaching the Odyssey in high school, okay? And I'm also the technical stage director for the theater program, where my brother is a senior in high school. So we have been able to put on the play together for the past 2.5 months. And on December 1st, 2nd, 8th, and 9th, Jay Kaufman will be playing King Lear. Yeah. So if you are, a WJ homie or Jay, please pull up. Or if you know me, and get some tickets. They're on the website now, and it's going to be awesome. I should probably know the answer to that. I don't know the exact answer. I assume it's like 10 to 15 or something like that. But it's going to be a great time. I'm super excited. This whole thing has been crazy, like teaching the Odyssey and teaching Shakespeare, teaching these epic poems. I didn't think I would be doing this right now at the beginning of the podcast, but while I was out in LA, I learned so much about myself. And that's when I started reading Shakespeare and doing all that stuff. And so now the fact that I'm able to teach it, it's incredible. So I'm having a blast. So yeah, it's awesome. And please come see the show. Seriously, December 1st, 2nd, 8th, and 9th at WJ. King Lear. Yeah.
Yeah, please go check it out. King Lear. My boy Jay Kaufman is actually a fantastic actor. It's a fantastic actor.
Come and watch. Come and watch.
Come and check it out. I'm sure it'll be great. WJ creates great shows on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, go check it. Go check it. That's actually super dope. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear about it, honestly.
Yes, I know. I wish you could be here, but flights are so expensive. It is Thanksgiving break. So I know some people will be staying a little bit longer than others based on when schools start again. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see, man. I think during that week is during all my finals. So I'm gonna be locked in during that time. But
good luck, man.
Definitely
finals season.
I'll take a seat spiritually. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is tiring. But hey, it's the pregame to the holiday.
Dude, I was just talking about this. Like, why don't they just end semesters at like right before Thanksgiving break? Because then people could stay home for Thanksgiving and then just go right into Christmas break.
That's always been my issue.
But if you're going across the country to get home, right? Like, you can't fly home for both Thanksgiving, go back, and then fly home for Christmas. That's way too expensive for such a short amount of time.
Exactly. Just move. Honestly, I think I'd be okay with starting school. Well, that would mean you have to move it from like September or August up to like August, July.
Yeah, I know. So you win some, you lose some because the seasons, and it's nice to, have summer to yourself.
But I'd rather have like that entire can you imagine like going home from Thanksgiving all the way to like January 8th, 9th, 10th, and then you go back? That would be cool.
Well, okay, for me, it was usually like December 13th is when the semester would end. 12th, 13th. Depended on exams. But like, so basically, I was free from like December 12th to like the beginning of February, or like the very last day in January. Like, it was usually like,
really?
Yeah, it was like over a month and a half, which was awesome. That's one of the great things about
college. January. I usually have to go back by like January 11th.
But in that case, you could just shift it back a few days, like one more week. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
And if you shifted it back like one more week for UMBC, for example, and it was like you leave November 23rd and you have to fly home to California and you have a month and a half break and you just come back like a week before January ends. Why can't we do that?
Yeah, why can't we do that? I think it's so silly that we break it up. We come back. Like, even my school, like, we come back for basically 1 week of class and then straight to finals.
Yeah.
That's basically what's going to happen this coming week.
It's so stressful. Yeah, finals.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Yep.
Anyway, we should probably wrap this up now. We've been talking for far too long.
Yep. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad we were able to get this in because seriously, it's just going to be so busy with.
It's getting harder and harder to actually fit these episodes.
And the teaching, the hours, insane. Everything, just crazy right now. I needed this vacation. I needed this vacation. It was nice. It was nice.
You look refreshed and like at peace.
Got my water.
Looking good, bro.
You too, broski.
Anyway, thank you for joining us on this. Yeah, it's always been good to catch up, bro. We need to do another off-air session. It's like hanging out.
Yes.
Got some fresh tea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyway, that's none of y'all's business.
Yeah, sorry. I know.
Thank you for joining us on this episode. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. Not everything is for everybody. This is the 49th episode of STARBOUND podcast. I think that's correct. This is our third to last episode.
That means it's 3, 2, 1 after this.
That's what I'm saying. You can literally count it down. So right now we're at 3. Next will be 2.
No, I think this is 4. Like when we're done with this, it's 4, right? And then it's 3, 2, 1.
No, this is
50,
this is
51,
the third
52.
To last. You just counted 3.
You're right, bro. I just suck at math. I never claimed to be good at math.
You see, he's an artist. He is an artist, ladies and gentlemen.
You're right, dude. Oh my goodness. So it's 2-1, and this is 3. That's crazy. But we probably won't be able to get one in for a while because of the crazy hours and the show stuff and you going on this extended vacation.
Yeah, It's gonna.
Where are you going again? Can we tell the people where are you going?
I will be going up to Yosemite during this break. It should be really fun. I've never been there before, and I'm also the one planning it, so I'm super nervous. It might come out terrible. No, it won't come out terrible.
It should be fun, man. But
it should be super exciting. But that's gonna be a fun trip, and then I'll be coming back during the holidays. So we'll probably have to lock in, try to get 2. We can probably fit 2 episodes during the holidays,
like in person.
Yeah, in person. Look, don't say we don't do nothing for you. Don't say we don't do nothing for you. You feel me?
You know, come on.
Put work in during the holidays.
And I'm trying to fix this camera. My camera, I've been using that since like the first live, and for some reason the quality keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and I can't tell until after it's recorded. I'm sorry. It's like the last episode was like less than 240p. It was like 160.
It's getting worse and worse.
Anyway,
even
hopefully this one works better. If it doesn't,
it's all technical stuff, man.
Then it's the Wi-Fi. If it doesn't, that must be what it is. But anyway,
just blame it on the Wi-Fi. Anyway, thank you for joining us on this episode. It's been lovely to have another conversation with y'all, and can't wait to see y'all on our next 2 last episodes.
Crazy. This is 3. Wow.
Wow. It's coming to an end, man. The end is nigh. Anyway, it's been your boy, King Kudjo.
And Cough Drippy, as always.
And we will see you on the next episode. 2 Chainz!
Peace.